once again, I welcome you all to the brunch. Well, today we're at the residence of the United Democratic Party's leader, Ousainou Darboe, and he's going to tell us a bit about the UDP. Can you please tell us how UDP was formed?
Actually, UDP was formed in 1996. I remember people like Kerr Fatou and a lot of other people really got together to form the party. At least it didn't have a name, and put together a constitution for an organization. I didn't have a leader, and I was in the United States then, attending the Olympics, Atlanta Olympics. And, when I came back, I was approached, and I learned that some people were approached to lead the party, but they declined. And when I was approached, I did not accept. I mean, after all, I mean, if I knew that if I was getting into any such thing, I wasn't getting into it alone. I was getting into it with family, with friends, and I had to do consultations. And the consultations, all those are consulted, all agreed that I should, take up the leadership. It was then that we came back, and I looked at the document, the constitution, and I brought in on it my lawyer, maybe my lawyer experience, to have it, crafted in language that looks a little bit, legalistic, and also thought about name, yeah, and we agreed that it should be United Democratic Party, and for symbol, the handshake, which we think, will really reflect the united character of the party. Peace, handshake is a symbol of peace, symbol of unity. And Mbemba Tambedu, suggested the handshake, and we agreed on it. And the motto of the party, justice, peace, and progress. I threw that out because we couldn't take progress, peace, and any of the thing, whether either progress, peace, prosperity, or prosperity, peace, progress would be PPP. We couldn't. We thought that that would probably have been an anathema to the then regime. Was so rejecting of anything PPP, and I thought that that justice, peace, and progress, that these three pillars were very important in any society. You won't have peace in any society if there is lack of justice, and you won't have progress in any society if there's no peace. So we thought that should have justice, peace, and progress, and I became leader of the party. Thanks to the confidence of those who really thought of the idea of putting the ideas together, and deciding that it should be translated into a party. There were eminent people involved in it. Politicians that were banned, parties that were, of course, if not banned, but the leaders were not interested anymore. GPP, under Uncle Hassan Musa Kamara, there was one such party. Uncle Hassan Musa Kamara was one of the supporting pillars, for the formation of the party. Azman Adiba was our first national president, and we pay tribute to his memory, to his devotion to the cause of the Gambian people at a time when many people were not prepared to come forward to be of service to their country. Just like I was approached. So did we approach some other people to become president, national president of the party, and they politely declined. But Ansman Adiba and others really took up the challenge. So did Ajanjambandin Drame for the women's wing. There were women who were not forthcoming, but Ajanjambandin Drame did. And she led a cohort of very dedicated women. Yamseka, Sajo Kunjansane, Ajaskwenaka, Ajafat Saka, Sekom, Safim Boj, and provided the pillar for the women's wing. And you have young people, young activists like Maimuna Sise, now in the United States, and Tasamba, who has translated beyond. They were, the pillars of the young, among the young people that provided support for the party. So, really, we have gone a long way. If we were a natural being, we would have also said that we have attained adulthood, because 22 years of existence is certainly the beginning of adulthood, and we have really gone a long way. And I want to congratulate all those people who, from the beginning, took part in the formation of this great liberating movement of this great party, and those who, as recently as last month, decided to join the United Democratic Party. Together with all of them, we are celebrating the birth of the United Democratic Party, this August, 23rd August. Yesterday was our 22nd anniversary.
Yeah, so speaking of coming a long way, what has been UDP's major achievement since its inception? It's been 22 years now.
Well, I believe our achievement has been, our immense contribution to the cause of democracy in this country, to the enthronement of the rule of law, the resistance against dictatorship, our resilience to resist the dictator, and to ensure that the values which we believe in have not been trampled upon with impunity. We challenged the authority, we challenged the Jammeh dictatorship, whenever the appropriate occasion arose. We just didn't do it because we want to play to the gallery. Whenever we challenge Jammeh, we believe that there was good reason for doing so. We may not have succeeded, but we certainly did open up, the ways. We did open up the doors that encourage people to really challenge Jammeh and his people. We were the first that talked about Korosi's estate on a political platform. We were the first that talked about Jammeh's corruption and exposed the architecture of his corruption. We are the ones who did it. That's why we put him in a corner. In fact, in 2000, we put him in a corner when he said, look, Yankuba Toure is my witness. When we go out, they would give to the Gambia and they give me to me. Because he had no way of explaining how he came by, those huge amounts of money. Because he said, up to his seventh generation, no one would go poor. He said it Mandinka Mote Fukari, Wiyalma Warawula. And we said, where did you get that money from? And we exposed it. So we are happy that we have contributed in a great way. Some may not agree with me, but we believe that we have contributed in a great way towards ensuring that democracy in this country, remained, thriving, notwithstanding the enormous efforts of the dictators to stifle democracy. We fought against anything that was unorthodox. And I think there's certainly an achievement.
That is indeed a great achievement. You made mention of Sana Kunjang Sane, and you also have the likes of Femi Peters, and these people are no more. So when you celebrate today, how do you remember these people who are no longer with us?
Well, uh, we certainly remember them in prayers, and I appeal to every member of the United Democratic Party and indeed every Gambian to really honor these fallen heroes. I mean, they have a legacy, and that legacy we must make sure that we must make sure that lives on. They died for a cause, and that cause we must make sure that we do not deviate from that at all. They fought against impunity. They fought against dictatorship. They fought against corruption. They fought for equality. So we must make sure that we continue that crusade, that mission on which they had themselves for, so that their death is not in vain. For which, their struggle for which in which they died, for those efforts, I don't does not go in vain. Solo Sandeng should be immortalized, and we will immortalize him because he worked to immortalize himself. It's a matter. The likes of Solo Sandeng, I'm not sure if you'll find them again here. The likes of Single Nyasi, I'm not sure whether you'll find them here anymore. Of course, you won't find an institution in this country, again, that will behave in a way that resulted in the death, whose actions resulted in the death of Solo Sandeng and Solo Koroma. Nor will you find in this country an institution that will act in ways that will virtually cripple an individual, as was done to Single Nyasi. He was subjected to so much torture that he virtually lost his limbs. And for 3 months, he was admitted at the Kololi Clinic, receiving therapeutic treatment, and had to learn how to work like a toddler. When he's a good, full-grown person, anybody who knows Single Nyasi, with his very robust and strong physique, being taught how to learn, how to really work, you know, these are enormous sacrifices. So no institution will ever be created in this country that will behave and act towards citizens of this country in the way these people were acted to by, Jammeh's institutions.
Yeah, they were indeed great people, and may their souls rest in perfect peace. Well, UDP is now 22 years old. What's the next step for UDP?
Well, the next step for UDP is really to continue the strive to transform the Gambia into a society that is prosperous, a society which is tolerant. The values which made us start this crusade in 1996, we must maintain those values. We must respect those values. This UDP will continue for that. Have to be complete transformation of the Gambia for the better. And nothing is best for the Gambia until every single child in this country goes to bed with his belly filled with the proper food, balanced food. And nothing is best for the Gambia until every child can go to school and receive the quality education that is as a citizen is entitled to. And it will not be best, not only best in the Gambia until our hospitals are well equipped, so that no one would have to go to Dakar or overseas for treatment. We have to get our hospitals well equipped, our doctors well trained, well educated, be ready to be ready to handle any sort of medical issues that would arise. We would want to see people come here for medical treatment. These are some of the things that UDP will continue to strive for. And I believe with the young people coming up as part of membership coming up as members of the United Democratic Party, who are not idealistic, but who are very pragmatic in the approach, ready to take up the leadership of the party. Sure, will take us to the to that very destination when we'll say yes, it's now best for the Gambia.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you on the brunch.
You're welcome.
That was very good.